Give Z-Coil footwear a try. You don't have to take the pain. Available at 949 Northeast 125th Street.
Are we there yet?
No.
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 Are we there yet?
You little...
I think we're there.
Woohoo! Springfield comes to Universal Studios. It's the all-new Simpsons ride.
Happy times.
Don't miss it.
Florida residents, go online and get a second day, second park free and enjoy the new Simpsons ride at Universal Orlando Resort.
Can you believe my dad chose a talking dolphin over me? Anyway, I'm 17 now. I want a car and my dad says I have to work for it. If you need new flooring, come see us at Dolphin Carbon and Tile and tell them Lindsay sent you.
The definition of the term hot dogging was expanded over the weekend at a surfing competition in where else but Southern California. As CBS's Bill Whitaker reports, it was a beach full of pooches, all in a dogged pursuit of becoming top dog.
In California, the dog days of summer are taking on new meaning. Meet Tillman. For this English bulldog, the doggy paddle is passé.
His first passion is skateboarding. He's a big skateboarding dog. And when it gets hot, it gets too hot to skate, so last summer he learned how to do this, so he skimboards when it gets hot.
He can't wait to get back into the water with the other dogs, who came from near and far for the Lowe's third annual Surf Dog Competition held in San Diego Saturday. Hundreds of people came to see Spot surf, as well as Pogi and Zoe.
I would say only in California.
Not so fast.
We actually have a few dogs out here from Arizona. We have dogs, of course, from LA. So I've been getting calls from dogs in Florida that say they want to come out here and show the San Diego dogs how it's done.
There were dogs on boards and dogs who were bored. Dogs on the beach, dogs on buns, well-dressed dogs. Well, somebody's idea of well-dressed. And lots of wet dogs, but not all.
He sort of picks up his paws very daintily if we try to put him in the water.
But most don't need much incentive at all. Kalani, the golden, was trained with Cheese Whiz. Others are naturals, like RJ Jack.
At home, he just started jumping on a boogie board in a pool and liked to get pushed around, so we decided, well, let's put him on a surfboard.
All here for the big competition.
This is where the dogs surf, but so do the owners.
Tandem surfing, dogs and people together. Lauren Leslie surfs with Pogi.
I love going out there with Pogi. It's fun riding the board with him.
Competing against Lauren, professional big wave surfer Scott Chandler, along with his daughter Tyler and Zoe, a Jack Russell. They've been practicing for weeks. Scott in back, Tyler on his shoulders. Zoe hangs 20, hanging on even when others wipe out.
We put in a lot of practice time this week, and I think it's going to pay off.
They try again, adding a little flair, and nail it. Sun, surf, and doggy treats. It's a dog's life. Bill Whitaker, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Not a bad life at all. Those dogs are having fun this summer. We thank you for calling off with us this half hour. This is CBS News Up to the Minute.
CBS News, experience you can trust.
You can feel the blast come over you, and you see the debris flying over here, and I'm just all shaken up about it.
Flights of mercy turn to tragedy as two medical helicopters collide in Arizona. Money Watch, shaky ground on Wall Street as oil prices and inflation fears drive markets down. And Faster Phelps, an Olympic swimmer, best himself. This is the CBS Morning News for Monday, June 30th. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Debbie Turner. Federal aviation officials are investigating the deadly collision of two medical helicopters over Arizona. They crashed near the Flagstaff Medical Center about 130 miles north of Phoenix, barely missing a residential area. 6 people were killed, including 2 patients, and a nurse is critically injured. Steve Filmer of our Phoenix station KPHO reports witnesses say the crash occurred occurred without warning.
See one coming, directly overhead and one coming like from underneath.
I heard what sounded like a sonic boom, explosion.
These two helicopters were operating, one out of Utah, one out of Colorado, and the Colorado-based helicopter was bringing back a patient who had some kind of medical emergency at the south rim of the Grand Canyon.
We received a 911 call of a helicopter crash directly behind us on the hill. Apparently 2 units collided. They went down there and touched off a ground fire.
What is not so clear yet is at what point the two helicopters collided in their inbound and outbound part of their operations. We do know that the two choppers hit about half-mile away from the Flagstaff Medical Center. That's where the helicopter pad would have been that they would have operated in and out of. We're told that the wreckage of the two choppers came down on the ground about 500 yards apart, a tremendous debris field, meaning that at least one of these choppers hit the other's rotor blades and caused a lot of destruction in the airframe. Also, after they hit the ground, a witness on the ground told us that as he approached one of the victims, along with 2 other rescuers, there was at least one explosion.
It was a substantial explosion that actually knocked down a few of the firefighters and obviously knocked down the Guardian employees too. And they did suffer some inhalation burns and some burns to their hands.
And then on top of that, of course, we had the 6 people dead total, and we have one person, we're told, who is a medical nurse who had been aboard one of these helicopters, who is in surgery right now, fighting for her life. Again, we don't have information as to whether these 2 pilots had visual or radio contact with each other prior to the crash happening about a half-mile from the hospital where these 2 choppers were operating inbound and outbound. For right now, I am Steve Filmer in Flagstaff, Arizona for CBS News.
The stock market begins the second half of 2008 in the shadow of soaring energy costs and a worsening credit crunch. Joel Brown is in Washington with more on the shaky economy. Joel, good morning.
Debbie, good morning to you. Yeah, Wall Street going into the second half of this year on much shakier ground than it began in, and investors are hard-pressed to see any light at the end of any tunnel. The trading bell is sounding more and more like an alarm every day. U.S. stocks will start the second half of the year staring into the jaws of a bear market. Since its high in October, the Dow is down nearly 20%. Just last week, it gave up more than 500 points. Billions of dollars up in smoke daily.
The people that have the most to worry about in this drop are people that were way overexposed to stocks.
For decades, millions have been putting more than just their trust in the market. Chris and Vouch at Horick have nearly everything tied up in stocks.
Between our investments, our stock portfolio, 401k, stock options, all that stuff, it took about a 20-25% hit.
Like many Americans, they're stuck. They can't afford to sell the slumping stocks, but they also can't afford to lose more day after day.
We worked really, really hard and saved quite a bit. And, it's like a punch in the gut.
It's just part of a combination that's giving the economy a beating. Inflation's becoming a major threat. The price of oil has gas at record prices, and the housing market continues to stall. Consumer spending is up, largely due to those tax rebate checks, but that's about the only bright spot in a financial storm that seems to darken every day. The Labor Department releases its jobs report later this week, and it's expected to be grim. One analyst is predicting that the economy will lose 60,000 jobs in June. Debbie.
Ooh, tough news on a Monday morning. Joel Brown in Washington. Thank you very much. A young Alabama girl was killed during some severe weather that sprang up in the South. The 5-year-old was killed when strong winds and rain blew over some tents at an air show in Huntsville. Yesterday, the girl was struck by a generator. 12 others were also injured. In California, unrelenting wildfires have become a growing health issue. The fires have destroyed more than 50 buildings and threatened hundreds more. The air is thick with smoke, and there is little relief in sight. Dave Price reports.
As over 1,000 fires continue to burn across California, new air quality warnings were issued this weekend from Bakersfield to Redding, covering 450 miles. With some pollution readings 2 to 10 times the federal standard.
Right now, because of all the wildfires, there's a lot of particulate matter in the air, especially particulate matter that's very small, that goes deeply into your lungs.
In cities like Sacramento and San Jose, health officials recommended that residents stay inside.
It's kind of eerie.
The operation to fight the wildfires is massive, with more than 18,000 personnel, 1,300 fire engines, 92 helicopters and aircraft, all combating the blazes, which are spread over 550 square miles. In the tourist town of Big Sur, the Basin Complex fire is only 3% contained.
We need 100% containment, and then we'll have the fire under control, and then we'll have the fire out. And that's going to take, in this case, could take weeks.
If there's any good news, it's that no major fires have broken out, but a red flag warning is still in effect through the beginning of the week. And then, as the week drags on, we're expecting more of those same thunderstorms and lightning strikes, which started all of this in the first place. Dave Price, CBS News, Gilroy, California.
Don't go away. Just ahead on the morning news, the government gives us its take on the toll that Midwest flooding has taken on crops. Plus, the second time is the charm as demolition crews try to level a stubborn building. First, Katie Kirk has a preview of tonight's CBS Evening News.
It's in the middle of nowhere, but this barren Colorado wasteland could hold 3 times more oil than even Saudi Arabia. So why aren't we pumping it? Find out tonight, only on the CBS Evening News.
Sitting still isn't for us, so I needed a pain reliever for my arthritis pain. Then I got something just for my aching shoulder. Different pains, different pain relievers, but now Advil is my every pain reliever. Works wherever I hurt. I'm all Advil.
Mom knew I needed calcium from day one. Today, 80% of us don't get enough from food. Our bodies can steal it from our bones. Replenish your body daily with TLC, Tender Loving Caltrate, and give TLC to somebody you love.
If your identity gets stolen, it's not easy trying to get it back. There are calls to your credit card companies, Department of Motor Vehicles, Social Security Office, and on it goes. But with Farmers Identity Shield, you'll get a personal fraud advocate to help make all those calls for you, all for just $65 or less per year. So if your identity gets stolen, you don't have to run around trying to get it back. Call a Farmers agent now, 1-800-FARMERS.
A building story from Crestor.
While I was busy building my life, something else was building in my arteries. Dangerous plaque. It had been building up most of my life. My doctor said it's a progressive disease called atherosclerosis. And with my high cholesterol, she prescribed Crestor to help slow the buildup of plaque.
Along with diet, Crestor lowers bad cholesterol, raises good, and is approved to slow the progression of atherosclerosis.
Is Crestor right for you? Ask your doctor.
Crestor isn't for everyone, like people with liver disease or women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Simple blood tests will check for liver problems. Tell me about other medicines you're taking, or if you have muscle pains or weakness. That could be a sign of serious side effects.
Talk to your doctor about plaque buildup and find out if it's time for Crestor.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
The Agriculture Department today releases its estimate of the toll of flooding on crops in Missouri and Illinois. It will cost, and how much rather, it will cost us at the supermarket. Bianca Solorzano reports from New York.
A sandbag levee was all that was keeping water out of Winfield, Missouri. It gave way Saturday, flooding at least 60 homes. The low-lying area of town also flooded in 1993, and many locals say they've had enough.
This time I'm not going back down to the bottoms. We're going to look for a place in the Winfield or Monroe area, but up in the hills where I can stay dry. It's too devastating to lose it again.
For weeks, Midwesterners have fought valiantly to hold back the Mississippi River and its tributaries. Most times, Mother Nature triumphed. In Branson, Missouri, at least 10 people had to be rescued from their homes when a bridge collapsed.
It makes us sick to our stomach. You know, you just want to cry.
In Cedar Rapids, volunteers are helping to clean out more than 4,000 flood-ravaged homes, but little can be done to salvage the crops. A report due Monday from the Department of Agriculture will give the country its first glimpse of how bad it is. Early estimates show Indiana lost 10% of its corn and soybean crop. In Iowa, 8% of the corn yield. The crop loss in just those two states nears $4 billion. Devastating for the Midwest, but not as bad as the floods of 1993. Still, agriculture officials warn they won't see the real damage until after the fall harvest, a price they will inevitably pass on to every American. Bianca Solorzano, CBS News.
And on a lighter note, if at first you don't succeed, try again. A demolition crew in the Miami area attempted a high-profile building implosion Saturday morning to make way for a new high-rise. But when the dust settled, the core of the building was still standing. They succeeded Sunday morning with more explosives, taking the elevator shaft down. There it goes, in one big piece. Straight ahead on your Monday morning weather, we have your Monday morning weather. And in sports, records fall at the U.S. Olympic trials.
Mom, it's the last slice.
Well, then let's share. We'll cut it in half.
His half can't be bigger than mine.
All right. I'll tell you what. Jake gets to cut.
Yes.
But Cody gets to choose.
Nice.
Jif uses the finest peanuts to make a rich, nuttier peanut butter.
I got a pretty big half.
Jif, #1 choice of choosy moms.
Introducing new Fix-It & Comfort with a soothing essence of natural chamomile. Helps prevent denture irritation while maintaining long, strong hold. Try new Fix-It & Comfort.
What's the most dramatic beauty transformation you can make in 10 minutes? Introducing Perfect 10 hair color, the color that changes everything.
After a tough win, nighttime can be pain time.
New Icy Hot PM. Icy to dull pain, hot to relax it away. The first Icy Hot with powerful PM relief to sleep and wake up pain-free.
Icy Hot PM. Lights out on pain.
If someone filled your bowl with something this good, you'd be dancing too. The Good Life recipe. It's what they think about, so it's all we think about.
Here's a look at the weather in some cities around the country. New York, afternoon storms and 82. Miami, partly cloudy and 91. Chicago is sunny and 73. Denver is partly cloudy and 88. And Los Angeles, sunny and 77. Now time for a check on the national forecast. The latest satellite pictures show gray skies along much of the eastern seaboard. It's also gray and stormy along the Gulf Coast. It is a beautiful, clear morning across the plains and the upper Midwest. Later today, interior sections of the Northwest will continue to sizzle in triple-digit heat. However, a few spots could receive brief relief in cooling thunderstorms. It will be gorgeous in the afternoon throughout the plains and upper Midwest, while late-day storms will be scattered across the Northeast and along the length of the East Coast. And in sports, a world record falls at the Olympic trials. At the swimming trials in Omaha, Michael Phelps set the world record in the 400-meter individual medley, beating his old record by nearly a second. Phelps won 6 golds at the 2004 Games in Athens. And at the track and field trials in Oregon, Tyson Gay ran the fastest 100 meters ever, 9.68 seconds. Unfortunately, though, it won't count as a world record because he was aided by a tailwind. Gay is the 200 and 100 meter world champion. And in baseball, Angel pitchers no-hit the Dodgers Saturday, but lost on an unearned run. But on Sunday, John Lackey held the Dodgers to 3 hits over 8 innings and got the win. Francisco Rodriguez got his 32nd save as the Angels blanked the Dodgers 1-0. And golfing history at the U.S. Women's Open. 19-year-old Embry Park shot a final round 2 under par 71, becoming the youngest woman ever to win the event. Good for her. When we return, another look at this morning's top stories and the sights, the sounds, and the smells of combat preparing U.S. troops for the real thing.
The pursuit of healthy, beautiful hair, the lengths we've gone to, the things we've tried. When all along, a secret to healthy hair is a healthy scalp. Go straight to the source with Advanced Head & Shoulders. Its moisturizing formula starts at the scalp to nourish hair from root to tip, leaving it healthy, beautiful, and 100% flake-free. Advanced Head & Shoulders. Truly healthy hair starts at the scalp.
Hotels.com gave me this $50 gas card. That's through Hotels.com. Doesn't mean you guys automatically get a good review, huh?
Get a $50 gas card. Welcome to Hotels.com.
Should a woman over 50 take the same multivitamin as a man?
There's a choice?
One A Day Women's 50 Plus Advantage. The only complete multivitamin that can help support breast health and bone strength. Plus more ginkgo for memory and concentration. From One A Day.
Celebrate our nation's independence with CBS 4 at the Bank Atlantic Center's 4th of July Blast. It's a free event with live music, great food, and of course, a fantastic fireworks display. The fun starts at 6 p.m. Brought to you by these sponsors.
Let's refuel America. Now at Monarch Dodge, it's Let's Refuel America. Lock in your gas price at $2.99 a gallon for the next 3 years. This month only. Buy a new Dodge at Monarch Dodge and guarantee gas at $2.99 a gallon for the next 3 years. There's more. Get manufacturer's rebates and a lifetime powertrain warranty. Let's Refuel America. This month only. Gas or diesel at $2.99 a gallon for 3 years. Let's refuel America. Hurry to Monarch Dodge on 441 between Oakland Park and Sunrise, Fort Lauderdale.
Academy Award winners Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts.
Go ahead, girls, start talking.
Tom's home video on the internet.
Do you have a MySpace page? Are you 17?
Shameless self-promotion, Oprah. That's all it is.
Next Oprah.
Today at 4 on 4.
On the CBS Morning News, here's a look at today's weather. It will be a beautiful day across the plains and upper Midwest, while thunderstorms will be scattered along the East Coast, and the Northwest will continue to sizzle. Good morning. Here's another look at this morning's top stories. 2 medical helicopters collided about a mile away from a hospital in Flagstaff, Arizona. 6 people were killed, including 2 patients. A nurse is in critical condition. And the stock market begins the second half of the year battered by rising oil prices and inflation fears. Last week, the key averages fell 3% or more. Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe is in Egypt for the African Union Summit. Mugabe arrived for the opening session with Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak. Mugabe was sworn in for a 6th term as president yesterday, the only candidate in Friday's runoff election. African Union members are expected to address Zimbabwe's political crisis. A U.S. ship carrying food aid has arrived in North Korea. The World Food Program says the ship arrived yesterday carrying 37,000 tons of wheat. It is the first installment of 500,000 tons of U.S. aid to be distributed by the United Nations. Sunday's shipment is enough to feed more than 5 million people. A just-released report is highly critical of the handling of the post-invasion Iraq by the U.S. military. The report calls post-invasion planning for both the Army and civilians inadequate. It also says troops weren't prepared to prevent looting and violence. The survey also blames the decision to remove Saddam's followers from power for the collapse of government services. The report also says the U.S. didn't have enough troops for the occupation. The U.S. soldiers gearing up for deployment to Iraq are put through intense war training in lifelike combat scenarios. CBS News correspondent Kimberly Dozier reports.
It's a simulated mortar attack on what looks like an Iraqi village. It looks real, sounds real, and smells real. In some cases, lifelike enough to make you feel sick. And that's the point. These searing images meant to teach new recruits how to do their job under fire, and for the combat veterans, helping them kick the old instincts into gear. We're at the Army's National Training Center in the Mojave Desert, and this is the final exam before deploying to Iraq.
They've made this as real as possible. Some of the casualties are actually real amputees who have fake limbs lying next to them.
Like the war in Iraq, this training center has evolved. Hollywood set designers recreating whole towns right down to the livestock.
And we had mortar attacks last night.
Colonel Adrian Bogart commanded special forces in Afghanistan and regular troops in Iraq. Part of a new vanguard teaching some of the Army's most advanced combat skills to everyone in uniform.
Keep an eye out, look inside the windows, look inside the doorway.
How to kill or capture carefully. Hit a woman or child and you alienate the whole town. And the enemy hiding among them knows that. Each soldier becomes an ambassador, learning to treat Iraqis with respect.
They understand the technique of not crashing into someone's house, not embarrassing the owner of the house, dragging them out in the street and handcuffing them.
These veterans of Iraq and Afghanistan say they fight differently now.
In 2003, 2004, y'all would bust down doors and throw people on the floor. You still doing that?
No.
What do you do now?
We go in a little more friendly and talk with the people in the town.
We're not at war right now, but we're trying to keep peace.
They're even careful with those caught red-handed.
All right, hey, it's important. Put it up separate.
And they painstakingly gather evidence. Another hard lesson learned after many suspects were later freed by Iraqi courts for lack of proof. For Colonel Bogart, the most important lesson soldiers can learn: how they do their job can turn an adversary into an ally.
This war is not measured by how many battles you fight, it's how many battles you avoid.
Because each person they have to shoot is a life and an opportunity lost. And the next time they do this, it's for real. Kimberly Dozier, CBS News, Fort Irwin, California.
Wow. This morning on The Early Show, Dave Price live on the fire lines in California. Plus the latest on U.S. student Amanda Knox. She's still in jail in Italy on suspicion of murder. I'm Debbie Turner, and this is the CBS Morning News. Have a great day.
Unlock an outdoor dreamland for your indoor cat. Exciting flavor combinations plus a touch of garden greens make it irresistible. Friskies Indoor Delights. Feed the senses. Unlock a magical world where all your cat's favorite flavors, including real carnation milk, come alive. Friskies Feline Favorites. Feed the senses.
To help avoid dental problems, my dentist gives me ACT Restoring Mouthwash.
ACT restores minerals to soft spots and strengthens enamel up to 2 times harder.
My breath is great, and so are my checkups.
ACT Restoring Mouthwash, the one dentists believe in.
There's a reason it's called the curse. The curse. Cramped. Fatigue. Bloating.
Had enough? Then switch to Midol. Unlike Tylenol or Advil, Midol wipes out much more than cramps. Midol, reverse the curse.
Can you believe my dad chose a talking dolphin over me? Anyway, I'm 17 now. I want a car and my dad says I have to work for it. If you need new flooring, come see us at Dolphin Carbon and Tile and tell them Lindsay sent you.
What in the world are you doing watching TV this late? Look at you. You need your sleep. You need rooms to go. They have the best selection of top brand mattresses like Sealy, Simmons, and Tempur-Pedic, all at truly unbeatable prices. The kind that'll have you sleeping all night, every night. And Rooms to Go trained bedding specialists will help you find the perfect mattress for you and deliver it the very next day. So stop losing sleep, wondering why you're losing sleep. The problem's your old mattress. And Rooms to Go is a new one that'll change your nightlife forever.
Can you believe my dad chose a talking dolphin over me? Anyway, I'm 17 now. I want a car and my dad says I have to work for it. If you need new flooring, come see us at Dolphin Carbon and Tile and tell them Lindsay sent you.
An estimated 47 million Americans have no medical insurance, but 1/3 of all Americans have no dental insurance. Medicaid covers some children, but few states provide similar coverage for adults. Michelle Miller reports.
When Harlem school kids can't concentrate because of a toothache.
Have you been brushing your teeth every day, sweetheart?
This is where they find relief.
Let's brush away those cavity creeps.
For more than a decade, the Community Dent Care Network's mobile van has cared for the youngest of Manhattan's medically underserved.
The most common chronic disease in children is dental caries, dental decay.
When Dr. Alan Formicola was dean of Columbia University's dental school, school principals begged him to help kids in chronic pain.
If you look across the country, 51 million school hours are lost because of dental problems.
Today, the program he started includes the van.
How are you today?
And 10 clinics. Uninsured patients pay what they can or not at all.
You need dental care?
The van is for preschoolers, but mobile dentist Rebecca Schaefer says adults bang down her door for help.
We can't even begin to touch the need that's out there.
1/3 of Americans, 100 million people, have no dental insurance. Medicaid covers some children up to the age of 18, but only 9 states provide Medicaid dental coverage for adults. And most dentists don't even accept that.
Okay, would you head back, please?
As a child, Ronnie Edwards had Medicaid. At 23, after 5 years of not being able to afford insurance, his teeth were disintegrating.
He was missing some teeth. He had pain in the front area. He had a lot of broken down and discolored fillings.
I was afraid to floss, afraid that, like, oh my gosh, if I do, like, one of my teeth could fall out.
One team of Harvard researchers asked Americans across the country what their first priority would be if the U.S. had universal health care. Their most common answer? Their teeth. And those researchers told CBS News that a lot of Americans are taking their teeth into their own hands, literally, with pliers.
You know, maybe men who had worked in construction when they were younger, so they could use pliers to pull out their own teeth.
Dr. Susan Sered says lack of basic dental care is creating a second class of Americans, disfigured by rotting and missing teeth.
And if they lose their job, they're going to lose their health care coverage. Lose their health care coverage, they can't take care of their health. Can't take care of their health deteriorates. Their health deteriorates, they become less employable.
She calls it the death spiral.
That's a big hole in the tooth.
Dent care, on the other hand, has expanded to include underserved adults. Rebuilt Ronnie Edwards' mouth.
I just feel like a different person. Like, I just can't stop smiling.
And is turning no one away. Michelle Miller, CBS News, New York.
That's the CBS Morning News for this Monday. I'm Debbie Turner. Have a great day.
For news 24 hours a day, log on to cbsnews.com. CBS News. Experience you can trust.
You really want that job. We have the secrets you need to really stand out in today's market. Tomorrow on The Early Show, America's fastest growing network morning newscast.
Finding trillions of barrels of oil in America, maybe even more than in Saudi Arabia. Where it is and how we might be able to get it. Monday on the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric.
2 women gone, 2 haunting clues. Were they both targets? Tuesday.
Shannon Horry and Antonio Mora. Weeknights only on CBS 4 News.
And good morning, South Florida. I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Cynthia Demas. Here's what's making news right now. Raise negotiations. Miami-Dade County teachers are fighting to keep their promised pay raises. We're live with what they're asking the community for today.
I'm Lisa Gonzalez in the Storm Center. Hope you enjoyed the tons of sun we had this weekend. I'll let you know if we're in for some stormy changes in the forecast coming up.
Also rescued from a puppy mill. We're alive as dogs from Tennessee arrive here in South Florida. And now they are looking for new homes.
And last call for alcohol starting tonight. The party's ending earlier in Coconut Grove. What people think of this new plan.
CBS 4 News This Morning starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
It is 5 a.m., the last day of June. Monday, June 30th. How time flies.
It does go by quickly.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, Lisette Gonzalez is here with our first forecast for the last day of June.
All right, well, good morning, Cynthia and Jim, and good morning to all of you at home. It is very sticky out there and very warm. In fact, look at what it feels like already. It feels like the 90s in Opelika, around Miami. It feels like 89 in Fort Lauderdale. It feels like 87 in West Kendall. Let's get to the radar and show you what's working there, because we do have a couple of showers right now. Even in Fort Lauderdale, if you live in the neighborhood of Coral Springs, Deerfield Beach, Pompano Beach, Oakland Park, and around Aventura, you have a couple of showers moving your way, but moving very quickly out of the area. And as you can see, near Elliott Key, a couple of showers, and down in the Keys, also dealing with a couple of tiny showers. Now, as for the rest of the day, it looks like today's going to be pretty nice. A nice start to the work week. We could have a muggy shower sneak in later this morning, this afternoon. Maybe some storms, the high around 90 degrees. This evening, 81 degrees. We'll let you know we're expecting the return of the storms coming up right now. Let's check in on your traffic. Christina Loren is going to let you know what you can expect out there on the roads and the highways. Good Monday morning, Christina.
Good Monday morning to you. Well, Broward County and the Turnpike are accident-free right now. We do have a couple of things working right now in Dade. We have a crash on the eastbound Dolphin Expressway at Northwest 12th Avenue just before the toll plaza. That's blocking a lane. And we have a collision on the southbound Don Shula Expressway at Southwest 88th Street. That one is on the shoulder. Other than that, traffic is still light across South Florida, as you can see here on I-95 moving through the Golden Glades. We'll let you know where the trouble spots are throughout the morning. For CBS 4 Traffic, I'm Christina Loren.
Christina, thank you. Okay, thousands of South Florida teachers are locked in a fight with the Miami-Dade School Board for more money.
Their contract says they get a pay raise starting tomorrow, but a loophole threatens to keep them from getting their promised pay. CBS 4's Tiffany Helberg has the details.
Nearly 5 hours of argument led to a stalemate between the teachers union and the Miami-Dade School District. At one point, the tempers flared to the point that members of the district left the negotiating table.
So we're just in awe because of the things we're hearing here, and it doesn't seem like anybody has a concrete answer for us yet.
Teacher Felicia Lewis says it's too much to take. Every year she gives her all to the kids in the classroom, and now she believes the district is slighting her own children, taking away her contracted pay raise in an effort to save the district $72 million.
We have our own kids that we have to be concerned about. Some of us are single mothers. All of us have mortgages, car payments, things that we need to take care of, but your first thing is to cut our salaries.
It's a topic that's raised the blood pressure on both sides of the aisle.
It's a